I actually have to climb over my bed for this. Hello, my ghouls. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the coven. Today we could look at my tattoos. I've got a crap ton of them. Basically the sleeve is done. I just kind of need my neck. I don't know if I want to do the front of my neck, but I definitely know I want to do the sides of my neck. That's still kind of a long ways to go because I want to start this sleeve. And let's get to it. So let's talk about the first tattoo and why I decided to get tattoos. Cheers. So my first tattoo is my balloon. Balloon happened in 2017. It was my first tattoo. Actually, I was working at Starbucks at this time. I think somebody recommended me this tattoo artist and his name was Ray. I don't remember his last name and I definitely don't. So a lot of these tattoos are done by two artists. And honestly, my first tattoo artist, he's only done 3 tattoos on me. One was a free tattoo, one was a 13th tattoo, and then the first one, which is my it tattoo. I don't remember exactly how I got in connection with him, but he actually did a tattoo on my mom, which is pretty interesting. So I don't know what happened. There's no beef or anything at all, but we just fell out of connection. And I also, the person who did the rest of my tattoos, I became more connected with him and his vibe, and that's just how it happened. It was a movie for me that if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if it was VHS tape or if it was a DVD tape, or DVD. I can't remember exactly, but there was a section of that movie that said flip over for the second volume. I couldn't ever get to the second volume for years because, little known fact, I used to be afraid of clowns, even though, my name is 𝖂𝖊𝖑 now. More so, I hated balloons. And that's a whole nother story, but the premise of it is that I just hated the sound of balloons, and somehow someone used that against me and told somebody I wanted balloons for my birthday. I think it was like, my 6th birthday? And I went up to my grandma's house, and as soon as I walked in, opened the door, saw balloons, and I screamed, and I got really upset and started crying, and I was like, they're gonna pop, they're gonna pop. I think I was just really scared of like anything like jump reaction, like loud pops, so it freaked me out. And so for a while I couldn't be around balloons, which is kind of crazy. Tim Curry, fucking shame on me, I couldn't remember Tim Curry's name. Who am I, a fucking monster? So Tim Curry, I love him, but he's genuinely great at his job, and I was just scared, and it took me a while. It actually took a couple years for me to watch the second volume of it, and it was great. It was even more scary. I do think that Bill does a great Pennywise for like the remake, but unfortunately nothing will ever touch Tim Curry in the way that he made me feel. So that's the story behind that, because it was not my first horror film, but it was one of the first ones that genuinely terrified me. My first horror film was The Exorcist, and that was my uncle's doing as like a little kid, because the next one was Chucky, and I love Chucky, but so this was my first one. I love it. I incorporated 2 things from the new and to the old. The old one is more of the balloon. It's giving more of a reference, and then on the bottom, and the thing is, I have 2 it movies, or 2 it tattoos, which is crazy that I didn't even think about that. 2 of the same tattoo, but in different variations. How is it that I just figured this out? Guys, I just kind of figured this out right here. Guys, I had a long night last night. I watched Obsession. If you haven't seen Obsession, go see it. So our second tattoo is going to be the Gizmo tattoo. I am obsessed with my Gizmo tattoo. This is the second tattoo artist. His name is Levi Ruiz, and he is amazing at everything he does. He is chef's kiss an artist. I'll put his handles wherever they are so that you guys can check him out. He's based in Austin, Texas, and he works at Studio Ink Tattoo. I can't remember where exactly it's at, but if you look up Studio Ink, you'll find him. Also, if you just look at his Instagram, it has the address of where he's at. Yeah, he had this on a flash. It was Gizmo, but he was smiling. But for this one, I really liked the frowning, because if you remember the first and the Elite Gremlins movie, the first one, he was really terrified. He kept saying, bright light, bright light, bright light. And he definitely was really sad a lot of the times because he was being thrown around and being chased and hunted by literal gremlins. Because if you don't know, Gizmo is not a gremlin. He is a Mogwai. Beautiful boy. This one used to make noise, but the thing is he died quite early. But my Gizmos, I love them so very much. But he was, I think, at the Warner Brothers? I think he was at the Warner Brothers. I also grew up with Gizmo. I grew up with Gremlins. For me, I believe it's a Christmas movie. I think it's a horror Christmas movie. Another horror Christmas movie that I really like is Black Christmas. The rest of these tattoos right now are gonna be from Levi Ruiz. But my third tattoo was the Trick or Treat lollipop. That's Sam's lollipop. He carries that around. I could have done Sam. I could have done his costume. I could have done the head. I could have done any of those. But for me, the most iconic thing from Trick or Treat was the lollipop. Mary, and she gave me a lollipop. You see what I mean? He always has the lollipop. It was something that I bonded with my uncle, and my uncle is unfortunately no longer here, so I still, like, if you've seen my coffin, there's a couple of things that he left behind, and I keep, as a souvenir of, like, who he was. And he was a businessman, but he was also a horror fanatic. He loved taking me to the movies. My first horror movie was, like, in theaters, was Alien vs. Predator. And it was just amazing. Just seeing it, rated R, I was like 8, 9, I can't remember how old I was. I was very, very young, but it was the best thing ever. And I also felt rebellious because my mom didn't want me to go. So the reason why I like the Gizmo is because I just relate to him. I'm very tiny, small, and I get really nervous about things, even if it doesn't seem like it. I've grown, but I've also have cracked. And that's just kind of, Gizmo, he gets a little confident in the end with his little car. Trick or Treat. That film for me, I feel like that's a movie that it's like three like storylines that like really all come together in the end. And I just love that you follow different people, and
because it was all in one night, right? You got that vampire guy, then you had the werewolf, and then you had Sam and his connection, and the guy with his son, and the school bus, and it just and then the kids that went down to go see the dead children,
the whole premise of the movie was just very insane, how wild trick-or-treating could go, because Halloween is this fun time to eat candy and go to strangers' houses and have a community. Trick-or-treat, I really loved Sam, and something about me and small people in horror films makes me feel really seen. My fourth tattoo is gonna be this guy. It's gonna be the Poltergeist. This one is this one kind of goes over my elbow. If I remember, yeah. It goes over my elbow just a tad, with the hand. But anyways, the poltergeist, is that how you say it? Poltergeist? I'm hoping it's right. It's a little girl. She has her, he didn't have this incorporated, the, oh, and then you got the hands right here. He didn't incorporate the teddy bear, but I wanted the teddy bear, so he had to stop showing me my tattoos before I got them. Basically, he was like, you like it every single time I put it on your body, so at this point, and it was like a mutual agreement, like he was just basically being like, hey, you're being stupid, you need to like let me do my thing. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I did ask for the teddy bear the day of, and it's just a teddy bear, and it's like my favorite part of it. So you got this big old television, right? She's staring into it, then you got the ghosts coming out, you got the hands coming. Like, Poltergeist was also another one of those films that I just was so into. I really honestly have always been really into psychological, like, horror, very much like The Conjuring, Insidious. Serial killers are fun and great and all, and I do have still some of those, you know, on my body, but I'm more so kind of like, I love when people get psychologically when your mind is being messed with, when you are genuinely questioning your reality. That's kind of something that I'm super into, which is kind of like insane, but I'm here for it. Isn't it beautiful? I'm trying to collect most of them on VHS tapes. I got Gremlins. This is where it gets a little like, does this blend in? Does this actually go with it? It doesn't matter. If it has any elements of horror and I grew up with it, it's on my body and it's on the right hand, or right sleeve. Our next one is Feed Me Seymour. I love the lettering on this. It's so beautiful. I know, I haven't talked about the second It tattoo because that didn't come till later. So, I am obsessed with Audrey too. Audrey, it's obviously fake, but I have Audrey in my hand. Audrey here, let me tell you the story about Audrey. So, my middle school was 7th through 8th grade because my elementary was kindergarten to 6th grade. So I lived in Freeport, Texas, and Houston and Galveston are like the biggest cities like next to it. This is that in 7th grade, we were all taking a field trip to the high school that we were gonna go to because they were putting on a play. And that play was called Little Shop of Horrors. Watched this freaking thing talk and like eat things and want blood, and I was like, I want, give me. I want it! Let me have it! Give it to me! I was so obsessed. So it just grew from there, and I like both the colored and non-colored, but I think the colored version is probably my favorite. Sue me. I also am a huge musical person, but I just knew that I wanted the plant on me because I just love how like horrific it is to just have a plant be like, give me the blood, and then also be very sassy and cute and adorable. Okay, I will not lie, I can't remember which one came next. It was either Creepshow, Creepshow. I also do have a shirt from Creepshow. I actually bought the Creepshow shirt and then went and got the tattoo because I was like, I want to show it off afterwards, because that's what I would do. I would go get my tattoo and then I would go and hang out in Austin, Texas for like a little bit late at night, and then I would exit. So Creepshow, this is Creepshow. Not to lie, I thought I was getting Tales of the Crypt tattooed, but then I was like, wait, this is Creepshow. But also, like, I grew up with both. Tales of the Crypt I still need to get because that's actually, grew up with that first before Creepshow. Tales of the Crypt I saw when I was in a bar at the age of like 9 or 10 because my aunt's boyfriend at the time was in a band called Ticket for a Train Wreck. Shout out to Brian. He is now like cruising the world with his wife playing music, which is props to you, dude. You're living the dream. I love this tattoo. It's one of my favorites. None of these tattoos really hurt until I got to the white. or after a couple hours, because all of these tattoos were done in one session. But hey, if you get your tattoos done within 2 to 3, 4 to 5 sessions, that's okay. No judgment. You'll never find me judging here unless, you know, you're an asshole. Creep show, I love it. My favorite part is the rat in his little pocket, the rat coming out of his cloak in the middle of it. I love the rat. So it also connects with the It tattoo. So that's what we'll talk about next. So you can't really see it, but basically this It tattoo, it's Pennywise's fingers, his claws, wrapped around the boat. To me, it feels like him and the Creep show are like exchanging things. So Creep show is trying to give him a movie ticket and he's trying to give him a boat. That's like that's kind of the thing I came up with. No real backstory from these tattoos. I just really love Creep show. A Goosebump boy. I loved Goosebumps, but Creep show and Tales of the Crypt were like, that was my alley. Miss Church, or is it Mr. Church? Was Church a boy or girl? This is the Elite Pet Cemetery. Pet Cemetery 1. And then I've got this jacket. It's so elite. Like, it's so, oh my god. Hurt. Oh god, it really did hurt. It hurt after 3 hours, but it still hurt. The only thing that wasn't here, you'll see it in the pictures, it was the clouds on top, or I think maybe. It was honestly just church, and then the rest was added later. None of these tattoos were planned in a way that like, we're gonna put it here, we're gonna put it here, we're gonna put it here. No. Another one of my movies that I grew up with, it was genuinely just terrifying to see a little kid want to murder. He was after them ankles, those cankles, he was not having it. Oh my god, it says Blockbuster. RIP. If you went to Blockbuster and you've been watching it this far, comment Blockbuster down in the comments. So, if you couldn't tell, there's like kind of a theme going on. Stephen King is kind of, if not, I have like 20,000 books by Stephen King. I love that man. He's a little crazy, but so am I. Would be Cujo. This right here is one of my favorite tattoos out of every single tattoo besides the one on my hand. Something about just the way it looks, something about the pain I went through to get this. I think I just got so close to it. It just became just my baby. No, this was the worst. This was the worst out of all my tattoos. I would say the hand was pretty close to it, but we used numbing cream, which I don't think I'm a numbing cream person. I think I might give it one more shot, but I was not enjoying it because as soon as it went away, oh, I'd rather just take it. My ditch right here is a bat. The thing is though, right next to that bat is another bat. I was kind of tipsy and this is from Brandy. I went and got a tattoo and I was supposed to leave this blank. I was supposed to leave this spot blank. And I showed up for my bat tattoo and my artist took my hand and was like, what is this? What? And I go, what? What are you talking about? So he had to work around. This bat is beautiful. This is such a beautiful bat. When we did this bat, we also did the other, like the stars, the dots, like we were filling in quite a lot. And then we also did, because I was leaving. Oh yeah, this was 2020 when this happened. I was leaving Chicago. And I was like, I'm not coming back for a while. We should get this done. You know, I put it right next to Cujo because he gets bit by a bat. This tattoo here is my spider. And this one was absolutely not planned at all. I just knew that I wanted something to go up my neck. Right here. So you see the spider kind of comes over here. I didn't know it had 10 legs, but I love it. And I think it's so... For our last tattoo, for the sleeve, is beautiful Blair Witch tattoo. I am kind of obsessed with Blair Witch for it, but I have a t-shirt, a hat, because I want more. Studio house design is one of my favorite. It's just, let me talk a little bit about Blair Witch. and the reasons why I chose it for my hand. But when I first saw this movie and I saw the marketing, I was a literal child. This movie, I thought it was real. I thought it was so real that I was scared of the witch. You know, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people thought it was lame. You didn't really see a witch. It's all about the mystery. It's all about the thrill of like what you were hearing. I just love found footage, like Hell House, Megan Goes Missing, or Megan is Missing or something like that. I can watch Hell House, As Above So Below, and Blair Witch over and over and over again and still not have that initial reaction, but still have that feeling, that gut feeling like, oh, something is about to happen, and it still makes me creeped out. I still get creeped out. If a film creeped me out, the recent film I just watched that creeped me out was The Oddity. What is up with that puppet? That was crazy. This is right here, 0, Nightmare Before Christmas. He's got a pumpkin nose. This also was the most ticklish. I couldn't stop moving. We've got a little ghosty cat. This was for Friday the 13th. There's no story. It's just I really like the cat. It used to have a pink nose. Some of the words are kind of blurred, but it says no feet. It says never trust the living. This is a Beetlejuice tattoo. This was the free tattoo I was talking about. I won it in a giveaway. Would be this one. This one, Harry Potter tattoo. Yeah. I got this before everything that JK said. Am disgusted by her. It says always, and it's because it's Alan Rickman. And Alan Rickman will always be in my heart. And he was everything. But the thing is, she's not getting anything from my tattoos. This was made by an artist in Chicago. I totally forgot their name. I don't remember, but I just love the handwriting. They really try to match it super well to Alan's. So I think it came out beautifully. But yeah, that's all of my tattoos. And we're gonna get more, because I mean, my legs need to be filled, my arm needs to be filled. I thank you guys so much for watching and commenting and liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. I hope that these videos are fun. I want to keep doing more. I still have so many other ideas. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that if you really want to book with Levi, so if you're in Austin, Texas, you better go check him out. He's so good, and he's also sweet, and he's kind, and he's loving, and you'll have just a great time with him. Thank you for coming into the coven. If you did enjoy this video, consider giving it a like and a little subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you know when I'm uploading again. I'm also, uploading shorts so that you guys don't forget about me. And until next time, see ya!